Hi, I'm Marian, and today we're going to do Mime object compensation. Now, object compensation, fancy way of saying we're going to do some big time imagining, and that's what we do to help our audience see what we're doing. We're going to imagine it ourselves even if the audience can't see it. Object compensation is a way to show what you're handling, what you're doing by defining your object through size, shape, weight, and use. So for instance, if I pick this up and I hold it, you're not going to know what it is. Now watch this. Now do you know what it is? It's a hammer. Good. Okay. So that's our fancy pretending. If I had a big bowl of fruit in front of me and I pick one up, you can see that it's round, but I have to do something with it to help the audience see what I've got. Hopefully you figured that out as an apple. Good for you. Now I'm going to show you something though. If I had an apple in my hand, could I eat it like this? No, I would have just smashed my jaw. Doesn't work. You have to compensate for what's not there. In this case, we have our imaginary apple. We pretend it's real. We see the size. We see the shape. Mine's green. Now, will my audience know that? No, but that's all right. So, the more I can pretend, usually the better the object comes out for the sake of the audience. Okay? And if I had another round fruit in my hand and it's a orange, what do I have to do to make sure my audience knows what it is? I peel around the orange because that's object compensation. I can't peel it like this and I can't peel it like this. I would have left myself bleeding. So I peel around the orange in one long string because that's how I like to do it. All right, orange goes into sections. And I love doing this. Now I've got just a little section, not the whole thing. Here's the other half of it. Oranges are juicy. But you have to show juicy without sounding juicy because mime is silent. So that is object compensation. You pretend you have that object. When you are doing other things, you give us the essence. You don't have to give the entire thing. For instance, when I did the apple, I did not go like this and show every bit of roundness. I didn't even have to twist off the stem, although you can, okay? As long as my audience knows what that is, I'm good to go. So what else can you use? Do with object compensation. You can do blocks. That would be a smaller block. But you pretend the sides, don't go through it. What about paintbrush and paints? Suppose the easel is right in front of me. Even though my audience may not know what I'm drawing, I still have to do it in such a way that I know what I'm drawing. So I'm holding that a little bit closer. Object compensation again. Okay? Pretend it's there. Now, go practice with some real objects. A glass. Where does your hand actually go when you're holding a glass? Do you drink from here? Every time you hold a glass? I don't. I always have about this much above the glass. Actually, my pinky usually is underneath it because I'm good at dropping things. But I've got my glass. And then I have to remember to let go. You've got to remember to let go. So, define your object by size, shape, weight, and use. And you've got to remember that once you pick up an object, you have to remember to put it down and let go. So that's the lesson. Now go practice and have fun.